What is going on, guys? Same One World from Same World Reviews here. And I'm going to do a little bit of a different video, and I thought it actually would be interesting. And that's I'm going to discuss my favorite movie from every year since I've been alive. From 1996 to 2018, I'm talking about my favorite movie from that specific year. Why? Because I thought it would be a fun video to do, and so I seen it. Also, my YouTubers do it, like Ryan O'Toole, Sean Chandler, and G. Vegas. So I figured, why not join the bandwagon? Why not join to talk about my favorite movie for every year I've been alive? And I do love all these movies, and these ones are some of my favorites of all time. So it's gonna be fun talking about these movies. So hope you enjoy. If you want to know your favorite movies from every year you've been alive, comments down below. Now we're gonna first. Let's get started discussing my favorite movies from every year. My favorite movie from every year since I've been alive, from 1996 to 2018. Starting off with 1996, we got Scream, which is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I freaking adored this movie so much. I actually did do a video last Halloween if you hadn't not seen it right, but I still freaking adore this movie. I love how it's titled the well-known and but all of very much well-known horror cliches from that has been known to pretty much change the horror genre because it was kind of in the right time it was released. And this definitely changed the genre a lot because not because I'm making fun of the cliches, but how unique and original it is, and it still holds up incredibly well. Almost 23 years later. Not just as a satire, but as an actual horror movie. A film with great score, great characters, great kills, great performances, an amazing final girl. Spinning proud of her. I believe top of my list, and I top the best final girl list I did back in October, and she definitely rightly deserves to be top of that list. Pretty much everything about Scream is great, from the satireness to the horror aspects to comedy aspects to pretty much everything about this movie great. It's one of my favorite, like I said, my favorite horror movies of all time, and it still holds up very well many years later. It's a film I'm guaranteed to watch every October for pretty much the rest of my life. Still need to see the sequels though. 1997, we got Good Will Hunting, one of my all-time favorite films. And found that without question, has every one of his performances, this film has my favorite performance for Robin Williams. Like Robin Williams, and that's tough, because I pretty much adore I adore Robin Williams to no end, and I pretty much love every single performance he has done. Like every performance he's done is very iconic, memorable, fun, likable, and just all around great and amazing. So it's definitely hard to pick what I actually consider my favorite from his, but Good Will Hunting definitely would be. And that's been because of the one scene he has with Matt Damon is like, saying, it's not your fault. But he's still amazing in the movie all the way through, but that scene is definitely why it's my favorite performance. Speaking of Matt Damon, he's also amazing. He's definitely one of my favorites from his. But it's a very emotionally film, and the film that definitely is very relatable to those that you're not sure what they're doing in their life, and afraid of really showing the true emotions and all that, and a lot of stuff in life and all that. So this one has a lot that people can really relate to, and there's a lot that I definitely can relate to here. It's a very emotional ride. It definitely has a lot of fun, lighthearted, good moments, especially involving Ben Affleck's character. But it is afraid to really get into your heartstring, and then it definitely gets to your heartstrings so much. Like I said, it's one of my all-time favorites from all those reasons. I adored this movie. I adored this movie so freaking much. It also has one of my favorite screenplays of all time. Like, time has beautiful cinematography, great music. Just everything about this movie is beautiful, relatable, perfection. 1998, we got one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time, and one of my favorite films from Spielberg, and that's Saving Private Ryan. I adore Saving Private Ryan. It's my favorite war movie of all time. I don't think any more movies that come close to this level of amazing that Saving Private Ryan pulled off. Like, it's like, even if you're not like a war fan or a fan of war films at all, I can't say by not liking this movie. And that's coming from someone who really is a huge fan of war movies. So I'm saying I don't really hate them. They're just not for me. They're just not my thing, not for me, and all that. But Disney managed to still blow me out of the water the first time I saw it, and it still does, I think. And from the opening sequence alone, it's just, damn. Yeah, and I mentioned this film's like very long, but it managed to keep a great pace throughout and still keeps me riveted throughout. And I mentioned it has an incredible performance of Tom Hanks. Big and Matt Damon, he also gives an incredible performance here. The writing is phenomenal. The cinematography is beautiful. Oh my god. The music is awesome as hell. Hell, the war sequences are some of the best ever part of the film, period. They are just, oh my god. Oh my god. Brilliance and awe. I always get a lot of great adrenaline and a lot of great happiness every time I watch this movie, and it's a film that 20 years later still has a great impact on people, and still one of the best films that Spielberg has truly ever done. Like, I tried this film being long, and this is definitely not one of the most rewatchable movies that Spielberg has done, because it is not an easy film to watch at times, but it's a film that's still very rewarding and still very impactful, and I still have that feeling every time I watch this movie, and that's definitely why it's my top 10 best films of all time, and definitely my top 3 BFC weapons behind later Lost Ark being third, and Jurassic Park being my number 1. This will be my second favorite of his, and obviously why I freaking adore this movie so much, and no war movie, even how much it tries, like House of Urge definitely, aren't going to come close to the amazement of Saving Private Ryan. Now, there are definitely a lot of choices for 1999. Like, there were definitely a lot of choice debate, but in the end, I'm gonna go with David Fincher's Fight Club. This is, by question, my favorite film from David Fincher. I know some people say Seven or The Social Network or Gone Girl, but for me, my favorite of his voice has been Fight Club, and for damn good reason. This is one of the most unique movies, one of the most unique and engaged and most intriguing movies ever made. In my opinion, while he gives his best performance here, he really feel a lot for his character. You really do a lot of everything that's going on here. Edward Norton gives probably his best performance here. Like, everyone is truly amazing. The fight sequences are amazing. The film's very memorable in many ways. In terms of every sequence, 10 sequences, and of course there's a twist that happens, which I'm know about, but I'm not going to say in case someone hasn't seen Fight Club, but I mean, this film really hits a lot of stuff. Especially with that twist, and it's definitely one of the best twists that really makes you rethink how you think about the movie, but in an actual great way. Right, it's twist that actually kind of makes sense when you actually think about it. And I love when a twist actually makes you rethink the film as a whole, but in the best way. And that's what Fight Club does so well. In this film, I can definitely see myself rewatching a lot and still learning new things about it. The writing is incredible, the music is amazing, the pacing is perfect, the editing is perfect, pretty much everything of Fight Club is perfect. And proving that David Fincher really can pull off something very intriguing, very just, whoa. And why he's probably one of the best directors out there. And now we go to the year 2000. As well as suggesting another all-time favorite of mine, and that is M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's Unbreakable. My favorite film of M. Shyamalan, and along with my favorite superhero films ever made. One of the most unique in the genre, and a film that still holds up well to that genre to this day. Bruce Willis gives that, my opinion, his best performance. He's very quiet and very nuanced here, nothing like Bruce Willis has done. But he definitely brings all that greatness here. You really do feel for his character and a lot of situations he's been through. Samuel Jackson pretty much steals a show as the villain, and he definitely is great. Definitely one of his best roles ever. And all the performances are definitely great here as well. The drama really hits home. The family stuff is great. The morals and questions they ask about superheroes and all that really works. Really actually makes you think. And then you got some pretty emotional sequences that still hold up well today. I was engaged from beginning to end throughout, no matter how many times I've seen it, combined with an amazing twist and also an amazing and phenomenal score from James Newton Howard. And you got a superhero film that's transcends a lot in the genre and still holds up well at being an emotionally impactful and incredible film. 2001, we got the film I have seen more than any film in existence, Shrek. Again, this is a film I've seen more than literally every other film in existence. And that's no joke. I've listened to any other film in existence. Like, this film was all so much growing up, and I've seen this film so much growing up. Sometimes not even on purpose, honestly. It was always at an airing Cartoon Network, and always on every channel. And sometimes in my school, they would end up airing this movie pretty much almost all the time while they just barely put it on. And despite all that, I still adore Shrek. It's definitely one of my favorite anime movies of all time. I adore the hell out of the original Shrek. And it's definitely also my favorite film from DreamWorks period. I freaking adore this movie. The animation still holds up really well. The voice acting from Mike Myers, Cameron Diaz, Eddie Murphy, all great. Fauntleroy is just a great and funny villain. I love how it's been based on a lot of the fairy tale cliches that you expect, and he kind of embraces them at times, and he kind of makes fun of a lot of the stuff you kind of expect this stuff to go through. There are many memorable lines, many quotable lines that I still do reference to this day. The relationships between all the characters, Drake, Fiona, Donkey, are all great. A lot of jokes and humor that I still love to this day. Some I probably shouldn't be funny, but they actually work very well. Pretty much everything about the original Shrek is still amazing and still holds up so incredibly well. And this film, I've seen this film more than any other film ever, so the original Shrek is truly phenomenal. Not only one of my favorite anime movies of all time, but possibly one of my favorite films, period. Period. And now, past goes 2002 and 2003, and because I'm talking about two movies from the same franchise. For 2002, I have Lord of the Rings: Return of the Two Towers, and for 2003, I have the Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. Now, of course, I'm definitely like many people, I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. I love the trilogy. It's one of my favorites of all time. Fellowship of the Ring is definitely an amazing movie. I'll definitely put it as like number 2 in that year. Yeah, but Two Towers and Return of the King are both amazing movies. Like the Lord of the Rings trilogy is a perfect example of the trilogy that gets better and better as it goes along. Sure, most of it's just long. A lot of it is wonky and just mission to get the one in the ring. But despite the films being so very long, the films never drag, and that's because you really care about the situation. You care about a lot of the characters, but you really do love the world. You really do love a lot that's going on. The world is so amazing and fascinating that you just really want to learn more as well. You might even want to live in. But the characters are so intriguing, so incredible. The adventure is great. You have many great character moments, many great memorable moments, many incredible action, especially in Return of the King. Both Two Towers and Return of the King are truly masterful movies, and that's your definitions of what adventure epic can do when they are at their absolute best. And that's why I'm definitely putting as my favorites. But 1.2 Towers my favorite for 2002, and Return of the King is my favorite for 2003. 2004, we have Pixar's The Incredibles. Now, I'm not surprised that I truly adore The Incredibles. It's my favorite film from Pixar. Is truly my favorite film from Pixar. Fun film. I really hold to high regard in the film. I've watched so much growing up, and I still do to this day. Yeah, I truly freaking love this movie. It's a movie I've seen so many times growing up, and a film I grew up a lot with, and it's from my still hold dear to my heart. And that's probably why I assume my favorite film from Pixar. The animation is amazing. The characters are so relatable and likable. And again, relatability is one thing that I really hold high regards on Pixar, and this film is no exception. The dynamics are great, relatable, emotional. You really do feel for a lot of them. The villain is definitely the best villain that Pixar has done. He's definitely a very menacing presence, and he has relatable and understandable motivations that you can totally get behind. The action sequences are great and fun as all hell. I think the emotion really exists. Like it really packs an emotional punch a lot of scenes that still get to me to this day. You really do feel for a lot of the family here, and you really do feel for a lot of good sequences. Got Samuel Jackson's Frozen, who's a very memorable presence for me to do. But not only incredible, it's a film that I still hold to a high regard in a film like to be my favorite film. So I'm excited that it is a kid I give so many A+s to in a film that has so many amazing movies. That's definitely saying a lot, and that's definitely saying a lot. For 2005, we have, for me, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. You know, I'm talking about the Robert Downey film, the movie Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. One of my all-time favorite comedies ever. This was from the really interesting Shane Black as director, and this is probably why I hold Shane Black to a high regard, mainly because of this movie. Because this movie is so goddamn hilarious, and I've seen it so many times. Like, I didn't even watch it when it was randomly on, and I would still have the time of my life, yes. Since I would still remember some legends, has very quotable and many memorable sequences. Robert Downey Jr. is amazing, definitely one of his best roles. Val Kilmer's great, Michelle Monaghan's amazing. It kind of makes fun of a lot of the Miss Neil Noir type of movies, and it works so amazingly well. Like, especially in the opening sequence, especially in a couple other sequences, it works so amazingly well. But you do still care about the characters that have an interesting mystery that actually is engaging, actually. But the humor is what comedy is what really shines, and it really shines. This is definitely one of the hardest moves I've ever laughed at. And I mean that I laughed so hard, I've so hard watching. I laugh so hard every time I watch it. Barely laugh every single time I watch it. And it just gets better on every rewatch. You watch it, that's why, but it's my favorite franchise. It is so hilarious. Shane Black is a master kind of the work. He definitely did a good job on Nice Guys. He definitely did a great job on did an amazing job on Nice Guys. I put my favorite films of that year. Not my number one, but definitely on that list. And The Predator, but I'm still always gonna be excited for Shane Black, and this film is always gonna be the reason why. For 2006, I really had debated hard between two movies, but in the end, I'm gonna go with Casino Royale, which is without question my favorite movie from James Bond. My favorite James Bond movie. It's just I've not seen every single James Bond movie. There's a lot of James Bond movies. But I definitely want a scene, and this definitely the one that really made people fall in love with the character all over again. Again, as much as I do like Sean Connery and why he kills Brosnan, I'm not seeing much of the other movies. I'm not seeing anything from Roger Moore, Tiffany Oliphant. Spinning Craig, honestly, for me, is probably my favorite Bond, honestly. He really embodies James Bond as a character. He really embodies what makes James Bond such an interesting character and an engaging person to root for. And his film, when I mentioned, he got amazing and probably some of the best action sequences I've ever seen put the film. The film, especially the opening sequence, especially the warehouse sequence, and it's just, oh my god. I mentioned got every performances. They got Matt Nicholson playing an engaging, thrilling, and amazing villain that you do care, that you are really invested in, and you do understand why he's actually doing what he's doing. They got a story that's surprisingly a lot more engaging than it should be, a Bond girl that isn't just a sex object and actually an actual character. Not mentioning you got a kick upon probably my, well, it's actually not my favorite Bond song. I'll get into that in a little bit, but this has been my favorite Bond song, which You Know My Name, with Chris Cornell. Like, I adore that song so much. Because basically around everything an amazing action movie should be, and it still kicks ass. It's still fun to watch, but it still has some pretty great emotion to it as well. And all that's why it's my favorite Bond movie, my favorite film, 2006. 2007, I'm gonna go with Edgar Wright's Hot Fuzz. Now, I'm loving how I feel about Edgar Wright at this point. He's one of my all-time favorite directors. Like, he's only made like 5 movies, but I have adored all those movies. I've given all of those films A+. And this film it's also one of my all-time favorite comedies. I'll probably say John Dead's probably my favorite of the Cornell trilogy, but Hot Fuzz nonetheless is still fantastic. It's basically everything great in one Edgar Wright movie. Got sharp, quick cut editing, got fast-paced humor that works so well. It got very likable and memorable characters. Simon Pegg delivering an amazing performance along with Nick Frost. Frost has got a story that's all around engaging. Accents is amazing. Humor that is just uproariously freaking hilarious. Like, this movie is just so goddamn freaking hilarious. It's definitely why Edgar Wright's one of my all-time favorite directors. Well, this definitely isn't my favorite in the Cornell trilogy. There's a film that's definitely not saying how, considering that Edgar Wright is someone I hold to a high regard. And this film is definitely one of the reasons why. One of my all-time favorite comedies and just an all-around fantastic film. For 2008, I'm without question going Dark Knight. Like, what is there to say about Dark Knight hasn't already been said? No, seriously, what is there to say about Dark Knight hasn't already been said? This is my favorite movie of all time. It's probably the best comic movie ever made, the best Batman movie ever made, the best Batman performance, Christian Bale, the best villain performance, one of the best ones, period. Heath Ledger as a Joker. Like, I really don't know what else to say about Dark Knight hasn't already been said, so I'm not going to say much at all. I'm saying I already reviewed this movie, and I was looking at top 10 was my favorite moment in this trilogy, so yeah, so don't know what else I haven't heard. I can add. No, I don't know what else I can add to this movie. So yeah, but of course, it must be my favorite 28. So 2009, I'm gonna go with another Pixar movie, and that is Up, which I put in my top 5 best films in Pixar, and for damn good reason. Up is a truly emotional movie. Like, it gets you emotional in the first 10 minutes alone. By showing a beautiful montage between Carl and Ellie, and this is the definition of showing and not telling. It shows you everything you know about these characters already, and it's impressive storytelling there. That's storytelling. I eat that stuff up, and this film's just, oh my god, like that montage is getting me emotional. Like, I can get emotional just thinking about that montage because it is that beautiful. But everything else about the movie is still amazing. It's not just for 10 minutes. Everything about the movie is still great. College journey is brilliant, powerful. The animation is amazing. The kid is great. The dog is adorable. And the villain's really compelling. Really touches on the heartstrings. Man, finds some great humor and some great lightness to it. It managed to tell some very same messages about growing old and living your life, which alongside the Pixar stuff excels at telling great messages, and this film is definitely no exception. Like, Pixar can really have, like, Pixar know having such excellent and amazing storytelling, and can win the push the boundaries of kids' movies and movies that kids and adults can really love. And Up is pretty much one of the best definitions of everything I just said. Up is truly a phenomenal animated movie. It's actually going to turn 10 someone this year from this anime from this guarantee it's saying at the time. truly a phenomenal animated movie that I'm going to love for pretty much forever. Definitely in my top 5 best films that they have done. And that's definitely saying something. Now coming out in 2010, we got Christopher Nolan's Inception. Now that we're done that, I don't know what to say about Inception that hasn't already been said. It's definitely one of the best films ever made. It's one his best films ever made. One of the most mind-blowing and unique and just incredible movies after. One has some of the best screenplays out there. Has some incredible performances, incredible storytelling. Film that really gets you thinking. A film that you really need to pay attention to, and it still has such amazing impact every time. Film that you can learn more about every time you watch it. Again, I don't know what to say about Inception that hasn't already been said. It's that phenomenal of a movie. For 2011, another the main between two scene movies. Originally, I thought it was actually Harry Potter and the Fails Part 2 that was the movie I was going to pick. But then before I started filming this video, I ended up watching 50/50, and that originally became my favorite from 2011. 50/50 is truly a remarkable movie. The definition of a movie. It has such an incredible balance between comedy and drama. And as I mentioned before, I always love when films can do that I love when a film can really accomplish all of that, like have a great balance between being like and then it's afraid just especially when this film's actually about cancer. Oh, it's like honestly, trying to balance it between the comedic numbers are trying to tell you again, Seth Rogen here, and the serious and emotionality that cancer can bring to a person. That's another that's pretty difficult to do. You need to have like a great writer and director to handle that well. And they somehow managed to pull it so well here. Yeah, like this film has one of the best balances I see between comedy and drama. Like, it had a lot of moments where I was laughing so hard, I was laughing so much in Spider-Man's characters, especially the moments by Seth Rogen. But it isn't afraid to get the deep and emotions that cancer can really bring to someone as a person. And this film really exceeds at doing both. I mentioned George Clooney probably giving the best performance of his career. I think Anna Kendrick getting the best performance of her career. I guess Seth Rogen giving and also the best performance of his career. Yeah, just incredible performances all around, characters that you can really relate to. This film can manage to make you laugh, but it can really break your hearts and really make you feel emotional. Like, you really do feel for Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character here. You really do want to pull through. You do want him. Like even Bryce Dallas Howard's great. Even her character isn't that bad. It's not bad. But everything about 50/50 is truly phenomenal. And the fact that something get nominated for anything in the Oscars is a real damn shame. Like this film really hits home on so many levels, and for damn good reason. For 2012, we got another James Bond movie. Yes, another James Bond movie top a year for me, and that is James Bond's Skyfall. Like, I know, like, Skyfall truly is another phenomenal James Bond movie. It'll definitely be my number 2 behind Casino Royale, and it definitely deserves that. Skyfall is a lot more emotional than expected. Definitely the most emotional James Bond movie, especially almost involving M's character and what she's been through, and of course her death, which I'm sure most of you know about already. Really, that's really powerful, and it really is a lot of James Bond's character. James Bond really does go through a lot of interesting stuff here, and I mentioned you got a great villain here as well. There's really got some brutal and amazing and just outstanding and just incredible action sequences. This will definitely really get a lot of emotion out of me, and not just from thrilling, intense action sequences, and some definitely is very intense. But definitely isn't very good, very emotional. It really did deep into all these characters, and especially Em as a character, like this is definitely the most development that she has gotten out of any of the Bond movies, at least one I've seen, and it all works so well here. I mentioned you probably got part of my Bear Bond song with Skyfall from Adele. Like, I don't know her name, but Skyfall's on a whole new emotional level. It's just in a beautiful and wonderful song. Skyfall is a truly phenomenal James Bond movie, and it's one that's truly not going to be forgotten. Definitely one of my favorite action movies of the decade, and a film that definitely won't be forgotten anytime soon. Like this for me. 2013, we got Denis Villeneuve's Prisoners. Prisoners. I adore Prisoners. The film, especially my number favorite 2015, it actually is my favorite Denis Villeneuve movie. I should go with Arrival, which is my second best 2016, but Prisoners would definitely be a close second. This is a film that's still hard to understand, and it does prove that Denis Villeneuve really definitely is a capable director and proves what he can do when he's at his best. Like, I know a lot of people think it's overrated and all that, but I truly love Denis Villeneuve. At first, didn't really get full hype, especially because I used to find Sicario overrated, but not anymore. I definitely get why this guy is an amazing director, and this film is definitely one of the reasons why I adore Prisoners so much. It is a truly phenomenal movie. A captivating mystery that really gets to you. Not mentioned, you got Oscar-worthy and probably should have nominated Oscar performances, especially from Hugh Jackman. You also got one for Jake Gyllenhaal as well. You get a great performances, like you get a great kid performances as well. You got a captivating mystery that's guaranteed to keep you invested, and guaranteed to get even better on the rewatch. Like, it's definitely very dark here, but it's dark in the best ways possible. That's all. Definitely a very unique mystery. Definitely takes a different spin on the genre, and has one of the most intriguing endings I've seen to any film this decade. Like, I don't know how you can see Prisoners, but this is one I do highly recommend it, and I checked it out. This film is a true mystery to behold. And no surprise, for no surprise, if you truly know me, no surprise, but my best 2014 would my best of 2014 would be Whiplash. And I'm sure no surprise, I even did a full review of this. I blame my found subs. So I don't know what else to say, but Whiplash hasn't already been said. It is still my favorite film of the decade. I adored this film beginning to end. Miles Teller's amazing. J.K. Simmons one of the best things ever. That one's very inspirational, has incredible music, has some pretty heartfelt, intense sequences, has one of the best endings ever put the movie, ever put the screen. Again, I don't know what to say about Which at least have I already been said. This film still hits to this day, and it's gonna take from a lot, for this tip, and some guaranteed to stay my favorite of the decade by the end of 2019. Now to 2015. We have Inside Out. Inside Out. This is probably my favorite anime movie of the decade, and also my second favorite film from Pixar. Which again is definitely saying something, because how you know how amazing Pixar is. And Inside Out truly is a phenomenal movie on all levels. A truly, no pun intended, emotional movie. It's also probably the most relatable one they have done. And I think everyone can really relate to a lot of the emotions in this movie and what they've been through. And like, I can't imagine anybody now relating to this movie at all, honestly, because it's like there's a lot I truly connect with this movie, and a lot I truly feel a lot. A lot of stuff I think truly happened to me growing up, and that's definitely why I can move. But not mention you still really care about the actual emotions. The animation is truly breathtaking, as always, as expects, of course. The voice acting is great. The situations go through are great. It definitely has great humor, it's great hilarious moments. It's afraid to get a quote unquote. It's afraid to get, again, no pun intended, emotional. And all moments that are very tear jerking, especially especially one realization move on Joy and one move on Bonbon. And of course, the ending was, oh man, truly no pun intended, an emotional movie. Still impacts me so much to this freaking day. Oh man, Pixar. And Pixar's kind of in the right between 2000 between after Toy Story 3, but this film definitely proved why Pixar truly truly still have what takes to bite some emotional and relatable movies. 2016, we got another Damon Chazelle movie, and that is La La Land. La La Land. Like for a while, Captain America Civil War was my favorite movie. Well, I didn't know if it was going to beat it, but I think Arrival actually would have beaten it. But like every time I think Arrival, like every time I think Arrival and Civil War should be number one, I will rewatch La La Land, and it will confirm why I picked this film as my favorite 2016. It is that amazing a movie. As someone who's really into music, I'm definitely a sucker for musicals. And if it was had an actual good one, then this film is definitely up there missing in the ring as my favorite of all time. That's how amazing it is. Ryan Gosling, though, was definitely one of his best performances. He truly embodies the character he's playing. Emma Stone is brilliant. She definitely deserved that Oscar win. It's definitely one of her best, but not her best role. Well, they have Sebastian and Mia, some of the best chemistry ever put on screen. The romance here is truly wonderful. Is there anything relatable, realistic, and actually feels natural and doesn't feel like forced or anything? Didn't I mention that musical numbers are amazing? The singing is incredible and fun. The story is engaging. The emotional impactfulness of the movie is truly amazing. Not to mention the last 20 minutes guaranteed to leave you feeling impacted after the movie's over. Everything about La La Land still works and still succeeds so very well. And this is a film I'm definitely not going to be getting anytime soon. It truly succeeds in every aspect it goes for. And another reason why Damon Chazelle really is one of the best filmmakers out there. Almost done. 2017, Baby Driver. Definitely my favorite movie from Edgar Wright. Baby Driver is also part of the film I rewatched the most this decade. Not the time, this decade. Like whenever it be on, I'll make it. This is one of those movies that if I'm in the mood to be cheered up after one day, or if I like this definition of film that if I need to smile, if I need to feel good, I need to feel great. Honestly, I would put on Baby Driver. Would I just put it on demand, or I just put on my Blu-ray? I would Baby Driver on me. Like I don't know if it's because of the characters, the filmmaking, the music, the ability of characters, like ability of the characters, the action sequences. Here's the emotional story, the beautiful relationship between Baby and Deborah, or pretty much everything, pretty much all the above. This film just truly oozes greatness. That's a film I can't get enough of. No matter how many times I've seen it, I never get sick of. Like, this is definitely what Edgar Wright can do when he has absolute best. And I still wish this film would have won Best any of the Oscars, because it definitely deserved it. Definitely Harry Dunker won, just Baby Driver I think deserved it, honestly, at least for me. Baby Driver is a film that still has impact for me so much after the film I saw in 2017. This film I'm definitely will be getting ahead. It's definitely up at my favorite on my favorite films of the decade. Edgar Wright, you are the man. Cannot wait to see what you do with that horror movie with Anya Taylor-Joy. Cannot wait. And lastly, 2018, we have 8th Grade. Bo Burnham did such a phenomenal job in 8th Grade. Originally, A Star is Born was my favorite after seeing it. But after rewatching 8th Grade before doing my best list, this film ended up screaming best of the year for me. This film truly hits on mainly because Kayla pretty much is me. She basically is me. In terms of anxiety, in terms of YouTube, in terms of how she was feeling. How pretty much like that throughout not just 8th grade, but high school in general. I was like I was kind of talkative in high school, but at the times I was but I think my freshman year I was definitely very shy, very quiet person. Plus I was even friendly, but I was more of a very shy and quiet person. First, and I was feeling a little anxiety. I was wanting to make friends, but I didn't think they were going to like me. I was afraid that they wouldn't like me. I was afraid to say something embarrassing and all that. Like, I related to a character like that to the T. That's for sure. Really brings all that to the front for it. She really brings all that so incredibly well here. I mentioned this was also had my favorite screenplay last year. I was such that get a nomination for. It's like that they didn't get an Oscar nomination. But none of the eighth grade is a true definition of what coming age can really do at the absolute best. It's a truly phenomenal movie. Bob Bum did such an amazing job here, and that's why it's my favorite movie of 2018. Man, I hope I didn't make this video too long for you guys, but I still hope you all really enjoyed this video. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below what would be your favorite movies from every year that you've been alive. Just be alive. I'd love to know what would be your favorite movie for every year you've been alive in the comments down below. No, and stay tuned for this plan. I will have a romance related top 10 list coming on Valentine's Day, so be on the lookout for that. I'll have some more reviews coming away. I did recently see The Kid Will Be King, so be on the lookout for that review coming very soon. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I honestly truly do appreciate. If you haven't already, be sure to like this video, be sure to share, be sure to subscribe, be sure to follow all my social media sites, all in the description down below. I am Stardust-one-world from Stardust-one-worldreviews. I will see you next time, and stay cooler, everybody. Peace.